So I injured in a car accident. Insurance company offer you $8,000 for.
Better to take it slow instead of fast. I want to be that loving friend that you've never had. Although it's easy to plant flowers and better grass, it's harder to respect the future when you regret the past. I'd rather see you love yourself than be depressed and sad. Cause I know you used to having relationships that never last. We both seek affection bad, but I'd rather express self-control. My intent is not to caress you down, but to lift you up and help you grow. I really do hope you respect me more. I want to let you know that this is a love that will never fade. Even if we find ourselves drifting off and going separate ways. Through the test of time and the present day. That soulmates can never separate.
The beautiful, beautiful frequencies of Landrell.
In divine love, we levitate. In divine love, we levitate. I write about you sometimes. Like the sunshine. I write about you sometimes. Hey, baby, like my sunshine. Forever we go shine, shine. Forever we go shine, shine. Forever we go shine. Oh baby, you gave me a perception of love that I never knew. And every second in your presence, I get to see heaven from a better view. You are my sunshine, but at the same time, you bring smiles in every moon. I've been traveling through different dimensions, spreading light, but I promise I'll be back very soon. And I know sunflowers don't grow unless you give them room and let them bloom. And so I give you space, but if you wanted the world, I would give you that and every planet too. And I do confess that sometimes it gets hard in life. When I'm away from you, but I feel face to face with you when I look up at the stars at night. That's when I close my eyes and picture myself kissing the moon. And then my imagination travels at the speed of light until I find myself sitting with you. I write about you sometimes. It's something like my sunshine. Oh, you could fly. When you go shine, I shine. You shine, we shine, we shine. In the morning, baby. Oh, baby. And every minute with you is such a feeling divine. I hope you don't mind if I express my feelings inside. I guess I'm just a little bit too in touch with my feminine side. I would say queen, but you really divine. Sometimes I can't believe I'm really alive. You give me life and touch my spirit inside. You really divine. I write about you sometimes. Write about you sometimes. Something like my sunshine. Forever we go shine, shine. Forever we go shine, shine. Forever we go shine, shine. I see you from far away. I see you. I see you. No time or space can ever take your place. I see you. I write about you sometimes. Something like a sunshine. Something like a sunshine. Oh, baby.
Never sue the.
What? Let's go. I'm just trying to learn TikTok while I play some music. It says that we can do an open mic, but I can't see. It's called Box Battle Audition. Start the competition with guests showcasing their skills. Expand the guests with the lowest points. Continue the competition and invite new guests to join when necessary. Okay. As a poet, I think this is a very, very good feature to have, like an open mic, or to have a talent, a little, friendly competition. Now I just got to find people who are interested in showcasing their amazing talent. Thank you for joining Each One Teach One. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for joining Change. I'm just playing with TikTok right now, trying to figure some things out. So they have a draw and guess game that you can play. I really like the open mic idea the best. I'm not very good at drawing. You would never guess what it is that I'm drawing. Unless they require stick figures. Thank you for joining, Nikki. So this is a playbook. So I can start this open mic competition. Maybe I'll start with a few poems and then see if I can get some people that want to come up and do some poems, or maybe do some music or sing, whatever, rap, sing, whatever you like to do. I think it'll be fun to do a little friendly competition. So you gotta start somewhere, right? And pretty much build it up. Expand your guests. Continue the competition and invite new guests to join when necessary. I'm just reading all the different game options they have. This one that I'm reading is called Box Battle Audition. And it says, let guests show off their talents, compete for top points, and fight for a chance to win. And we could make it really fun too, where they could have like actual prizes. I think that would be a good idea. Thank you for joining the live, Ripple. I'm just trying to figure out this open mic. I'm really trying to read and see what all the different options that TikTok offers, so I can see what would be the best option for me as a poet. And I really like the battle option, even though I'm not a battler, but I think it's good to do a friendly little competition. Introduce the rules. Oh, I put the rules on the board. Gotcha. Well, we got to come up with some rules. How you doing, Be Trippin'? Would you like to do a rap in our rap battle? No, it's not a rap battle, but it can be a friendly battle of like minds. I'm going through the playbook on TikTok and looking at some of the games, and they have a box battle audition, which I really like. And I'm thinking about, if I do poetry, if I can invite other people up and we do like a friendly battle. I think that would be good on a consistent basis to show your talent, showcase your talent, have a little fun, gather like minds. Every time I'm at an event where there's people performing, I'm always motivated. So there's always motivation in like minds and in people who are in the same field that you're in when it comes to writing and music, poetry, all that stuff. For me, is motivation. Thank you for joining, Wilson. Thank you for joining, Mama B. We're just playing around, trying to learn a little bit of TikTok right now. So I will get a little practice in. It's a good way to make little videos too. Late night healing through poetry. This poem is called I Am. I represent the white, the black, and the gray in between. I am the new, the old, the then and the nouns, and when later arrives, I am still here. I am the voice behind the words and the writer of what I speak. Unlimited, the trees, the rain, and the sun when it sets. I am the clouds that form and the breeze that sways from east to west. I am woman, and I am real. I am a tool sometimes when people get mad. Suburban, ghetto, titles. Always high, midway, and sometimes low. I am proof generations later of my indigenous ancestors that passed. A mother, a father, a sister, a friend, a cousin, a aunt. Yet still me in the end. I am that ancient stone that survivors left word about. The battle of good and bad, that thin line between love and hate. I am unique, happy, and 100% beef. I am woman, and I am real. And that's snap, snap, snaps. That's the end of that poem. I'm a little congested. Oh my gosh, it's been a long week. But I refuse to lose my voice and be voiceless. So that poem was called I Am. Let me think of another good one. I'll have another one that's called Blind to the Biased. And it goes, look. I entered this world helpless and blind. Blind to the artificial and helpless to the fake. Blind to racism and helpless to racist. I entered blind to preference and religion, blind to creed, race, and national origin. I entered helpless and I entered selfless and helpless to the selfish, innocent to the evil, and anxious to begin speaking just to reach the selected few searching for truth. I entered with a message of hope, a mechanism to cope, free to choose and free to do, free to love, free to live, free to care, and free to give, free to explore the differences of others, and free to love my culture. I entered this world alone, with no silver spoon, no savings bonds awaiting my bloom. I entered a soldier, knocking down boulders, no maybes as a baby, I was born to win. I entered this world determined, with so much love within, and I will exit a non biased legend. What's your story? Hit the plus sign and tell us your story. We're gonna try to do a little open mic. This is our first night, so. And did I send any invites out? No, we're gonna gain it organically. I sent a few, but it's late, last minute, so let's see. Let's see if there's any talent on TikTok tonight. Want to join in on our live friendly competition? Maybe I should give some good books away or something, make it juicy. Okay, another poem. Let me see. This poem is called My Turn. My turn, my turn, my turn. And this poem is written because we all need to take out some time for us. It is very vital for you to take out time for yourself and pencil yourself in sometimes, because we are bombarded with doing things for everybody on everyone else's terms. And it's good to just do something for yourself. And it's good to do it on a consistent basis. So, my turn. After stepping aside to let the next go ahead, making everyone else's plate before I'm fed. I've been the last on the list, and most of the time it was my wish just to let others be the first to accomplish. I've laid down and taken ish, been that rug in front of the door that you used to clean your feet with. I've accepted and put up with the unbelievable, knowing in the end what's achievable. So today, it's my turn. It's time for me to take center stage to make the grade as I pave the way for others who can relate to what I say. It's my turn to shine like new money. I won't shake like jelly, I'm more like honey. And my shine defines my inner peace, that glow that dwells inside of me. No left or right turn to change my direction. There lies perfection in this straight path that I've selected. It's my turn to be all that I can be. I'm not pushing you aside. I'm just saying, excuse me. It's my turn to be that star that stay lit. A writer of life's lessons, not just for profit. Accomplishing all that's within my reach so that all that I've been taught, teach, preach in memory of my ancestors by faith outreach. So between us, if things aren't what they used to be, Baby, don't take it personally. Dinetria is taking time for me. For me. Oh my gosh, and it's lovely. So, so lovely. Snap, snap, snaps. That's the end of that one. So they're all short and sweet. Well, I won't say all of them because I have a few that's a little longer, but most of them are short and sweet. Short, 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 and right to the point. I really don't have time to, beat around the bush and to deliver sugar coated promises. Look, I get right to the point and I'm done. And I like it that way. Just the in and out. Really, when I do poetry live, like, I don't know, I used to rush to get off the stage. Like, ooh, and I had to get out of that mind frame because I felt like I was rushing the message. And the message is so important that you don't want to rush the message. So you have to embody your nerves, embody um, everything that comes with performing in front of a crowd. You have to embody that and embrace it and just do it. Like, don't think twice, just do it. Thank you for joining Chakra Zulu Rules. So, yeah. It's good to write whether you want to actually ever speak or perform your whatever you're writing. You don't have to speak it. You don't have to share it with anybody. What's up, Earth? How are you? You don't have to share it with anybody. You can write it out and you can close that book up and you can never share it. But the fact that you're getting it out is major. There is healing in writing. So the fact that you shared what you're writing is like a whole nother avenue of healing. So I always tell people that because a lot of people are really freaked out about sharing, and you don't have to share it. It's not anything you have to share with anybody else. Just get it out there and get it out of you. Like, get it out there, get it on paper, and if you close that book and never open it again, you still starting a healing journey because you're getting it off your chest. And people don't realize how beneficial that is. It's really helpful. So that's why I write so much. And I think it's really important for me to continue to write. But it's also important for me to push other people to write because a lot of people don't realize how healing it is. So I'm always encouraging people to write. Journal your thoughts. Write out those ideas. Write out your gratitude. It's important for you to voice what you're grateful about. Like, it's kind of like saying I love you, right? Like, people like you know how you have parents that'll say, well, I hug you, don't I? Well, I pay the bills, don't I? That's not the same. Like, tell me, hug me, show me. I want to hear the words. Like, don't. And that's the thing is emotions have sometimes it needs to be said. So I'm just a firm believer in saying everything, like not saying everything, but putting it on paper. Whether I say it or not, it's good to put it on paper and get it out. So we're gonna start doing open mic, and we're gonna start letting people get up and express themselves. Let it out. Get that off your chest. Whatever you're thinking, if you want to. But this is a good way for me to start doing spoken word when I listen to other people. People don't realize how motivating it is to hear other people when they get up and spill their guts. Like, you become an open book. But it's so worth it because when you see how much is helping other people around you, then it motivates you to want to keep doing it. I remember when I first started attending poetry events. And I was like, okay, I had a goal in mind when I went. And I was like, I know I'm not ready to speak, but I'm going to eventually speak. I never put a time on it. But when I got in there, when I tell you, every day was like, we would have poetry night every Wednesday. And I did it at this particular location for 3 years. And when I first started going, I was not comfortable on the stage. I was not comfortable speaking in front of people. Even though I took these classes in college, like teach you how to project, teach you how to look over people's heads. Even though you're taught these things, when you jump out into it, it's totally different. It's not the same. So when you jump into it, it's different. It's different when you look out into an audience and you see people looking at you. And that, that's when the things that you learn come in handy, because I remember that class and they say look over their heads, and that's why they say don't look people in their eyes. You're not you're not on that stage to get people's expressions or to get into their heads and wonder what they're thinking. Like, it's too much. You have to look over their heads and you have to deliver what you're there to deliver, regardless of whether this is going on or that is going on. And it's crazy how life prepares you, because my sister used to do fashion shows all the time when I was younger, and she's my older sister, so I was younger than her at the time, and this is before I ever stepped foot on a stage. So I was able to get all these little lessons through her. So she would always do these shows because she has an amazing voice. So I remember one show at school, and she was doing a fashion show, I mean a talent show, and a fight broke out. And when I tell you, my sister was resilient, like didn't break a note, she kept singing like it was nobody's business. And that's how it has to work. You have to think like that. Like, the show must go on no matter what, unless the building is on fire. Like, you keep singing. And I learned some lessons by watching her do these performances at school. And it would be small performances, but anytime you walk on that stage, it's never small. So, I'm calling it a school performance, but it's a major thing when you're able to get out on that stage and stand in front of people and do whatever, whether it's a monologue, whether you're singing, rapping, poetry, or comedy. Like, it still takes a lot to get up there in front of people. People don't realize that how hard it is and how much it can play on your mental. So I just advise people to not think so much about it, not allow yourself to be overwhelmed, because that's what it'll do. If you think too much about it, you're not going to do it. Real talk. You have to get outside of your head, and you have to know that message is more important than your nerves and everything else that you got going on. Um, and you just got to keep pushing, and know that message is that important. And how you doing, Universal Starseed? Grand night. I was wondering what time it was where you're at. Cause I'm like, well, it should be daytime now, right? Divine honors, love I am. Divine honors. So yeah, I'm just chit chatting. Look, I was wide awake, and I was like, I really wanted to mess with TikTok a little bit so I could learn a little bit more. And I'm so hands on. It's hard for me to read to learn. I have to just do it. Like, that's just who I am. I have to do it, and then I learn as I'm doing it. So I figured if it's night, this would be a good time for me to just try some stuff out, play with TikTok. But I want to try these battles. I don't really want it to be a battle, but I want to try like an open mic where people can showcase their talent, where we provide a safe space for people to get up and to do whatever they need to do, whether it's just venting. I feel like it's important for people to have that safe space, because you don't know what's going on in people's house. Like, it might not be a safe space there. I know. Well, it's 11 o'clock here, and I'm usually asleep, but I've been dealing with mad energy, so I'm not sleeping like I used to. I'm definitely not sleeping like I used to, and I'm not smoking like I used to either, which has me wide awake, and I'm fine with that. I am totally fine with that. What time is it where you're at, Universal? So when you say we, does that mean you're gonna get on the mic? I think it's a great idea too for anybody who anybody who has a talent and wants to get something off their chest. This is where you could get it off your chest. It's 1 p.m. Okay, so it's so you good. Okay. I always wonder about hitting people at the wrong time. Like, I definitely don't want to sing you something and it's the middle of the night, or that's just weird. Don't say you have no talent. Who says you? Everybody has talent. But I noticed that so I was like, oh, okay, so maybe that means you're gonna do something. Yeah, I know she got something. I know she do. I know she don't know she do. I am going to find. I was looking for my little booklet. You're an amazing cook. Well, you know what? That's a talent within itself. We ain't knocking no talents around here now. Really, because we love to eat. So I can guarantee you that is not going to be a problem. I understand. I understand. I'm not a singer. I can hold a piece of a note if I was, behind the background singers. It would have to be behind the background singers, yeah. Dancing is I just stopped asking um my mom dances and I used to talk about her when I was little and I was like, see, I think I was punished for doing that, for talking about her because she dances the whitest girl. My allergies are driving me crazy. This weather is going back and forth. So today it was 80. It's going to be 30 on Sunday. So I was trying to think of some poems that I haven't. And I tell you, I have to pull out some books because I have written so much. Yeah, and I mean, I love the weather here, but when I tell you it is bipolar, the weather is definitely bipolar here. Really this time of year because it goes back and forth. Four seasons in one day. I promise you, that's how it is. Like I literally I have so much stuff in my trunk for like seasons, like umbrella, bathing suit, rain boots. I keep workout stuff, but it's like you gotta have a jacket, you gotta have some sandals, cause you just never know. And I'm always on the go, so I keep a trunk full. So just in case, look, just in case, I want to skate or something, I got it in my trunk. The car closet, man. Yeah, my car be looking like I live in it, and it's like, yeah, just don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. I definitely have a little car, but I'll be doing some off-roading, like I'm in um, a Jeep. Like I'll be doing commercials for real. Let the highway be backed up. I'm exiting on the grass. Like I'm not playing no games. Um, and everybody else is doing it too. So I just follow the big trucks like I'm a big truck, knowing I'm not a big truck. My baby did had it, man. When I tell you, I don't even know why I got a Malibu. I should have went in for a Jeep or a truck, knowing that the type of lifestyle I live. When I get in my car, I just be patting it like, "Oh, I love you, boo. I love you," because you be hanging in there. She said, "I'm four-wheel drive, but you be trying to do all this extra stuff. What are we doing with our life?" Thank you, love. I am. Thank you for the heart puffs, baby. I be doing it big. Me and that car, we ain't been through it, and it's crazy. It's so crazy the story behind me in this car, right? Because I am so. When I say I am my ancestors, like I am so old school. I was an old woman when I was little, right? So I never liked credit. Like it was something with me that I never liked. So when I became an adult, I bought me a cash car. When that car conked out, or you know what I'm saying, I bought me another cash car. I kept cash cars up until, I was 40 years old. I was over 40 when I got this Malibu. And I actually went to a dealership because they had an ad in the paper where they had these cash cars for sale. And one particular car had stood out, but it was at least three of them that were good prices and that were good cars, because I really liked Hondas. And I learned a lot about Toyotas, which are really good cars too. So I went in to look at those cars, and it's crazy how the dealership done me. And they were like, "Oh, well, none of those cars passed inspection, and they trying to sell you on something." And I was like, "I'm not leaving here with a car note. Like, no, I've never had a car note. I don't want one now." And it's crazy because the sales guy looked like us, right? And he was like, "So what is it gonna take? Uh, how much would you be willing to pay?" And I said, if I was to pay a car note, I would not want anything more than $300. First of all, I've had cash cars my whole life, and I don't want anything over $300. And do you know that man got to messing with his calculator, done some numbers, and he was like, I can get you a car payment for 263 or something like that. And so I left with my Malibu instead of getting another cash car. And it was my first little credit situation. um and yeah, it's crazy because the dealership was what was it? It wasn't Chevrolet. I'm trying to remember what kind of cars they had. It was a Ford dealership because they told me the lady that came in and traded in the Malibu, They said I think she had hit her 80th birthday, and she wanted a convertible. And she traded in that Malibu and got her a convertible. So they was trying to just get rid of the Malibu because they didn't even sell Chevrolets. So I was like, okay, I can do that. And me and her have been friends ever since. She my little road dog. And I love my little car, but anyway. Okay, I'm gonna do another poem instead of talking about my car. My baby, look, that I love, look. But she didn't got me. Okay, now I'm gonna start sneezing. She didn't got me back and forth and here and there and everywhere. So I love my little road dog. I know, right? They definitely can have memories. Definitely. Okay, this poem is called Brainwashed. I'm trying to pull out some old stuff, like, because I have so many poems that I just didn't forgot about. I fill up books, and then then I'll put that book to the side and start on a new one. And so I said I'm gonna focus on memorizing some of my favorites that are new. Resonates with my story. Okay, brainwash. Snap, snap, snaps. And we'll open up the panel when we get people who want to perform. We'll do some nice little open mics. It doesn't have to be a battle, but if people want a battle, I could get together some little prizes to make it encouraging. I think that would be nice. Have a safe space for people to vent and get stuff off their chest. Brainwashed. We've been brainwashed and bamboozled, lied to and misled. We've been told what to do and what to think and never asked. We've been shit on and shit at, hosed down and held down. We've been misdirected and misplaced, removed and renamed, belittled and shamed, talked about and tackled. We've been walked on and walked around, passed over and passed down, hated on and held responsible, blacked out and blacklisted, unalive and mutilated. We've been bludgeoned and bombed, but never broken. We stay grounded in a higher power, in growth, in love, in hope. We are resilient, brilliant, yet brainwashed. So let's unlearn to relearn, unteach to reteach, and watch what we trust and who we believe. Peace. Peace. Peace, love, and light. Boy, if I lose my voice. Thank you for sharing. They say sharing is caring. Every time I say that, I think about the Care Bears. No, I'm a big kid. Because if you think about any of the cartoons, I think the Care Bears was one of the purest. Like, and I still haven't heard anything negative to come from that one. Like, I love the Care Bears. They were like sweet and wholesome. Yeah, I know I'm a big kid. I had a few of them. Dang, it's crazy. I had collected so many stuffed animals and Barbie dolls, and then I started babysitting when I became a teenager. And I remember giving all my stuff away to this little girl I was babysitting. Like I thought I was too old for it, and then a year later, I was like, "Why did I give my stuff away?" It's like, okay, grow up. You gave it away because you wanted her to enjoy it. So funny how we think back on stuff. Okay, I like this one too. This is one of my all-time favorites. Rest in peace. They say put it to rest and let it go. A lot of things we need to bury. And it's not people. There's a lot of habits, there's a lot of old ways, there's a lot of people that are still living that you just need to, what I'm saying, let them rest over there. You know what I'm saying? And you have your peace over here, if you kind of understand what that means. And so I love the idea behind this poem because it's like I'm putting it all to rest. And you know what I think about when I look at this title, I remember seeing a picture where they had like racism, KKK, like all this stuff on the headstone. And they were like, we putting this to rest, like, racism, all of that. And so it kind of puts me in that mindset, like, let's just put all the crap that we don't want to deal with to rest. And when you personalize that, it's a good way to sit down and write down all the things that you want to just bury. Like, I mean, and if you need to go as far as having a funeral, like, let that die. Let it go. Let it go. Totally let it go and disconnect. So that's what this poem is about. Rest in peace, childhood trauma, negativity, hatred. Rest in peace, regret, doubt, failure. Rest in peace, haters, hatred, self-loathing, self-pity, and self-destruction. Rest in peace, no. I'm only accepting yeses. Rest in peace, those who bask in closing doors on others. Rest in peace, outlandish thinking. Rest in peace, struggle. Who? What? When? Where? Rest in peace, everything coming for me that I didn't send for. Rest in peace, can't. I can do all things possible as long as I believe. Rest in peace, ungratefulness. I'm counting everything that's coming my way every day. Rest in peace. Look. Rest easy. Look. Now, you know what? We ain't even gonna say rest easy because that's being too nice. Like, however you need to rest, I'm laying you to rest and you do what you want to do with it when I walk away. Like, we got to stop. I've learned to stop, trying to be so nice and trying to be so peaceful with everything because it's not reciprocated. Like, and it's not that I'm gonna match energy. It's just that sometimes you just have to just withdraw, and that's how I feel. I feel like I have to withdraw sometimes, because people wear you thin, especially family. You love them to death, but sometimes you gotta walk away to get your own peace of mind. You know, and boy, when I say bask in that no, man, my no is so much more powerful than it was yesterday. Look, people be asking stuff. I be like, nah. Oh, you even get the question out, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. And I proudly do it now because I used to be that yes girl. Like, I wanted to try to help everybody, and you have to realize sometimes you can't help everybody, or that you'll find yourself in a crazy position trying to help everybody. So we're sent those that we are supposed to help, and we just have to pay close attention to that so we know what our calling is, and we're not over exceeding our own expectations. Yeah. Even though, the mindset is that you would like to, but sure, it's not, you spread yourself thin trying to help everybody. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, people people will drain the hell out of your energy and walk away and go drain somebody else. Like, they not looking back to check on you. Not at all. Not at all. And it's all good for the gander, but I have to do what's best for me at some point in my life. And it's crazy because me and my sister are like night and day. And I remember when I was young, and when I not really, I wasn't a child, but when I was a young adult and I got my first apartment, and I remember my sister coming over, and she was like, "Do I need to start putting people out?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Every time I come over here, somebody else is living with you. This, that, and it just takes me back to these times when I was just trying to help the world. And she was like, "You just can't help everybody. You can't bring everybody home." And I was like, but but this happened and that. And she was like, "So?" And when I tell you, those things ring in my ears now, because my sister and my mom, like, they are a lot alike, and they always talk about me being like my dad, right? Which I have all these hangups about being compared to my dad, because I don't like that. I don't like that. He was a heavy drug user. He was a very abusive. And I have to get outside of that, because when I hear people compare me to him, that's all I hear. The things that I know, or things that I think about him. But he was a people person. He loved people. And that's the part that they talk about, that I have like him. So I have to, bask in that, the difference, because when people compare me, I go right to the negative. Like, no, I ain't nothing like that man. When I actually am, like, I do have that aspect of me, just like him, that love people, that was very helpful. And that's why we had so many animals when we were little, because my daddy would bring everything home. He see something on the side of the road, he was bringing it home. Like, something, yeah, it's lost and he found it. And that was his heart. Like, so I had to, in the midst of me, dealing with all the issues that I was dealing with him, I had to realize that, there was some good in him too. And I had to learn to love that part of him. That's something I'm still learning to love, because there was so much trauma with him. And he's no longer with us now. So it's like, I'm not able to go to him for that closure, but I know that I still need it. So I have to find it in other ways, right? But he was a people person. He had a good heart when it came to everybody outside the household. No, when it came to his friends, and when it came to animals, like, he really loved animals. You didn't want to, yeah. And so, it's something that we struggle with, and sometimes, we're not given those opportunities to go back because we don't have that chance. So that's why they say, do what you can while the people are here. I do remember in the beginning of my walk, of my healing, and when he was still alive, that I did write the letter. I done the release through the letter. I never sent it or never gave it to him, because we weren't even speaking at the time. But I still was able to get some of that that off of my chest by writing a letter. And I probably need to do it again. I was just thinking about it the other day. Because I'm working on forgiveness, and I know that I have to get past some things and just accept some things for what they are to get, to get what I need to get. And somebody that's no longer here should not continue to be holding you back, right? So that's something we have to consider, how things affect us and how much we willing to hold on or how much we willing to let go to get what we need. So that's something to think about. Something to think about. So let me find another poem. Look, since I got the mic up and things. Thank you for joining, Jaguar. Thank you for the repost. Yeah, so it's all about the healing, not only did I write a letter to everyone that I felt like I needed to address, I also wrote a letter to my future self. And there was some healing in that too. Like, just from your point of view right now, and like, what would you tell yourself later? What would you know what I'm saying? What would you tell the people that are not in your life today that might have impacted your life in the past? Like, because there's still a lot there and you have to find a way to get it out. So it's a good way to try it. Writing those letters is the first step. It might not be the total healing that you need, but it's going to get you on that right track so you can start that process. And I know that's why I write so much, because it works for my mental health. And it gives me something to reflect back on. That's why I tell people, you don't always have to share it. Share it with yourself. Share it with your future self, because there's growth in it. And when you look back on it, you're like, wow, I've come a long way. So it's something to think about. Let's see. So this poem is called Shake That Shit Off. It's part of the healing. And you don't have to cuss, but sugar, honey, iced tea ain't a cuss word. If you know what you know. Some of these words are just expression, right? You tell your mama or your granny ain't a cuss word, and they gonna tell you something else. Just don't tell them I said it. That way I can stand the good. I can stand the clear. So snap, snap, snaps. Shake that shit off. It's negative. It's depressing. It's not even your shit. It's his shit. It's her shit. It's work shit. It's past shit. Don't take that shit home. Don't take that shit in. Shake that shit off. Shed it. Release it. Let it go gracefully. And don't look back. It don't look good on you. It don't smell good on you. Therefore, it is not good for you. 144. Shake it off. Shake off the stress. Shake off the baggage. Shake off the worries. Shake off other people's drama. Shake off anxiety. Shake off anger. Shake off fear. Shake off the lack of. Shake off the pressure to be. Shake off the self-doubt. You deserve it. Shake it off. Snap, snap, snaps. It's a done deal. They say, and do the Harlem Shake if you need to get that out here. Get it out. Get it off and get it out. You shaking now, look. It do make you want to do that Harlem Shake. Like, shimmy with it. Hey, shimmy with it. Snap, snap, snaps. I wrote this. This not even a poem. This is like a little snippet. Shimmy, 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 Cocoa Puff. Um, this is just funny, like real talk. So I think I was on the live one night, and so I'm just gonna be dead honest. Like I done heard some stuff I ain't never heard before. Like I never heard of a lot lizard. Like in all my days, I did not know. Like maybe I was just oblivious to the facts, but when I heard this, I was like, "What? Do you mean there is lizards roaming around us?" Like I really felt like kind of ditzy, but I feel like we are given what we need to know because I think I'm like the worry hog. Like it's some things I don't need to know. Like I don't need to know it's people slithering around us. I don't need to know that. Um, but anyway, I wrote this from a live, and I was debating on what I was gonna call the title: "Snakes at the Table and Lizards at the Door." And then I was like, maybe I'll call it "The U.S. is a Zoo Full of Animals." Um, but I promise you, it's a little bit longer than a haiku, but it's not really a full poem. I just kind of it says some of us already knew that we've been walking past animals like we at the damn zoo. Yeah, a few of you is cute, so we throw you a treat or two. But don't get it fooled. We the Americans. We know we at the damn zoo. It's funny. It's funny now, but I don't know. I guess when I found out, I was like, okay. And then a month later, I wrote this. So, yeah. I need to add something to it or take something away. And that's kind of how poems start. Like sometimes I'll write a little snippet and then I'll go back to it and finish it. But it was just like I literally feel like we walking around the whole America. It's like we at the zoo, we at a petting zoo. And half of what we run into are not even humans, like they're animals. So you just throw them a treat and keep on pushing. But anyway, that one was cute and fun. Oh no, here's another one. Look, what I think is cute and fun. I'm very square, so I might think it's funny, and it might not even be funny to you. So I wrote one called Itch, and this really new too. So I don't even have like a whole flow to it yet, but this is another one from the live. I did not. I was like, what? And you know what's crazy is the other day I was on a live. I sent a couple y'all the lives in the morning. Maya, she does these classes, and she starts like 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 to 7:30. But she is amazing. She has this peace of, like just in her, and when she talks, it's just so peaceful and so. I don't want to say anointed, but it's like I don't know how to express it, but she's really deep, but she's really you know how you meet people that's just full of love, you know what I'm saying, and you just kind of drawn in. Well, I was on her page one morning and she does these battles after she do her classes, and she opened up the battle, and why did a girl come up and her name was Lot Lizard? And I almost flipped the hell out. I had to screenshot it. I was like, did this girl call herself a lizard? And it was so crazy. Like, I don't know. What the hell? And so, we played the game, and she was, she was cool or whatever. But I'm like, are you telling us you're a lizard? Like, I'm so confused. But yeah, anyway, this one's called Itch. I get an itch when I hear that ish. Are you Irie or Irish? Spaniards or Spanish? Jews or Jewish? You kind of like them and you kind of not. Still a man's name and his lot. Reclassify them all. Then when anyone asks, you forgot. Sounds like the know nothings that know not. You's a beast in these streets. You don't know self, but you know me. Gone on with that ish, that racial ish, that 1% ish, that privilege ish. I get an itch when I hear that ish. That was just one of my rants, I guess. And you know what's crazy is I had somebody hit me up, and it's crazy because it's a TikTok person, so it's not really and but it's somebody that I highly respect because I met him when I first came on TikTok, and he's really cool, right? So why he sent me a message, an inbox saying, yeah, are you Irish or Irish? I got that off the live. Look. Sent me an inbox, and it was a video of his cousin in Africa, right? You like that poem? So his cousin is walking around Africa, and of course, when I knew, I had a feeling when he sent it to me that it was, he ain't gonna send me no video of nobody destitute, So of course he's in a nice area of Africa or whatever, and the message was saying, that I think that they were from Chi-Town or something, but that the cousin had moved to Africa, and that he's gonna move to Africa, and so I had dropped in on his page, and he had got to talking about the debates and, just speaking on some of the stuff that he's seeing on TikTok, which is not me, but I knew what he was talking about, right? And I don't address anything that doesn't concern me personally, because I can't speak for someone else, And if you have a problem with someone who's debating, then you talk to that man about the debate. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that. I think it was just maybe because I send him the book studies a lot, and a lot of people just want to understand what what's going on here. My thing is, I don't understand people, because my thing is, if you don't understand, do some research. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand, look into it. But what we're taught to just knock it, to immediately knock it because it's unfamiliar, right? And so I I sent him a message, and I went down the line of things because I've traveled a lot, right? So I'll go back to the first place that we went to, and it was Bahamas. And I tell you, I've been to Costa Rica, I have been to Dominican Republic, I've been to Mexico plenty of times, I've been to Hawaii, I've been to what was the other place that I really didn't even like? I'll think of the name. Start with an A. But I would say Hawaii and Mexico were the only two places that are consistent. You know what I'm saying? All the other places are vacation spots, pretty much. Like, you go to Bahamas and you could walk a block outside of that strip, and I can guarantee you're gonna be in somebody's hood and you're not gonna be safe. And the way that we operate, whether I'm traveling with my family or my friends, I love small businesses. I love mom and pop shops. I'm not going to do the big corporations. When I travel, I want to eat at the good places where mama is cooking in the kitchen and it's a family, so we don't always stay on the strips. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We're not always right in the mix of all the big corporations. We venture out. We venture out because we really want to know where we're at, right? And every place, when I tell you Costa Rica, every place, like you leave that vacation spot, you better put your money in your sock. And I ain't trying to be funny, but you can tell where they put the money at. They put the money where the travelers are coming, and the rest of the place is destitute. Like the people even look, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm just saying that everywhere that you can travel to, you know what I'm saying? Most likely there's going to be some nice areas. Don't just show that. Don't just show, you know what I'm saying, this area. Show all of it. But that was just a portion of what I got into with him. I asked him if he had done any research on his history, because he classifies himself as African American, and it's like, well, that is a reclassification. Like you're basically claiming a title that was given to you by a colonizer. And the sad thing is that we know that we've all been brainwashed, but we're in the process of relearning the stuff that we've been mistaught, right? So why continue to take on these names and these titles? Even the Indian is something I'm learning to lay to rest, because if it wasn't original title that we had and it was given to us by a colonizer, then it's something we have to learn to let go, right? So I end up sending a message, just basically getting into the depths of all the places that I've traveled, but asking him, like, do you know when Africa, when it surfaced, like Africa couldn't be a place where anybody is from if it wasn't even here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I asked him, I know that I feel like he was offended because he did come into the live, and I believe that, I don't know if it's a man thing or what, because I don't understand, if you come into a live for the first time, why would you go on the panel? You know what I'm saying? Like, sit in the room and listen. But he went on the panel, and I believe, maybe his feelings were hurt or something. I'm not sure, but I don't have nothing to do with that. I think you should do your research. And if I'm inviting you to the book studies, do your research so you can accurately debunk the information. Because if you can't, then you just kind of look like, you're spewing what the colonizers has taught you. And I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not into converting people. You either gonna get it or you not. And I understand, because I was there. I understand the original debate, or you know what I'm saying, the question, because this is what you were taught. But if you look at everything you were taught, who were you taught by? It wasn't nobody that looked like you. So it's okay for you to go back and to research that information. That's not hard to do, but it's easier for you to argue with me about it. So I just kind of put, take care, because I don't know if I hear from you again. But it's sad. It's sad that we'll bicker amongst each other before we'll go open a book, and you'll swear down that I'm wrong and that I'm, he says something, because I chimes into people's lives, and I'll tap them up and then, just leave just to support their live. But I noticed he had started saying some stuff, and I know it's pertaining to me. And I just don't get it. Like, some people would rather have the debate than actually look up the information. So yeah, it's sad. It's very sad. And it's like, well, you know what? I know the research I've done on my people, so let me know that you ain't done too much digging. You ain't done too much listening, because it's because your grandma didn't tell you. Look, your grandma told you was from Africa. Oh, okay. And she was wrong too. Hate to tell you, your grandma was wrong. But it just lets me know you ain't dug into none of the information. So what you want me to tell you? Like, you convinced, so you stay on over there. from Africa. Know what to tell you. And it is very sad, but I'm over it. Look, I'll lead you to the water. And I might give you a straw, but you know what I'm saying? That's all I can do for you. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you. Elevation 333. I just posted that one. That one's a new one. It is a lot of information. Oh, here's a new one. It's called The Fabric. I wrote this one last month. The fabric I'm cut from is out of stock, no longer available, discontinued, out of reach, top shelf, undeniable yet untouchable. And this, wait, I'm not sure if I want to keep that part in there at all. This is not due to tariffs, consumer requests, value decline, or sales. This fabric can't be labeled. No tags. This fabric is one of a kind, custom, unique, precious, strong, webbed with ancient patches of history. It can't be handled or had. It's historic and a golden mystery. Washed and pressed, dry by the best. This fabric clothes the indigenous, inside and out. The bloodline is stained forever, leaving no room for doubt. So if you didn't know, now you know why this fabric is the frequency. It's not a show. Out loud and proud and out of stock. Out of stock. Save space. Save space. Yeah, I never even read that one before. I need to finish it because it's not flowing. Sometimes I just go in and add a little bit and then it'll flow so much better. I can't believe it's midnight and I'm wide awake. I think I woke up at like 5. I've been having crazy energy. And that's another reason why I've been smoking so much. Like it seemed like I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say the marmalade stopped working. Cause they always say marmalade is the gateway, and I don't believe that. Nah, I'm never going to nothing else. This is all I need. But I think it was like when I stopped eating meat, my energy level like spiked. And when my energy level spiked, my clock, no, it's my fan. And it's it's the string on the fan. But yeah, when my energy level spiked, I felt like, yeah, I don't know. It made me start smoking more. Then I realized, like, wait, I'm smoking way too much. So I said, I'm finna slow down big time. I just rolled one up. I think, yeah, this is the second one I rolled today. My daughter rolled one earlier. But, you know, it's one of those things. Change. Change. It's like stepping out of the fog to get clarity. We're going to have to do a Three Sisters remix for the Milpa Planting song. I feel like it's too long. Did y'all hear the Milpa Planting song? It's a mad collaboration though. It's Supernova in there, Lorena's in there, Lorena's niece. Me, my two of my daughters and my grandkids. Wait, Danae, Remy, Mari, and Lonnie. 4 of my grandkids. Yeah, so it was a really nice collaboration. Tolerance break. Yes, light them if you got them. YouTube, no, it's on TikTok. I'm gonna have to repost it because I done this a while back. It's on TikTok. The Milpa Planting song. Yeah, it's been a minute. But I think I want to do a remix. Make it a little shorter. But I like the fact that I got the kids incorporated. When I say I had 1,000 clips, I had to put all them clips together. But it worked itself out. It was really cute the way it flowed. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Y'all can help me with the remix. You don't have to sing. You don't have to rap. You could just say the words, like, because that's what I did. I ain't no singer, so I just kind of, done the words like a poetry style. Book studies and the fabric poem share insights. What do you mean, Ali? What is that, Al? What do you mean, Al? You want insight on the book study? The book studies are Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, starting at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is that what you're asking about? And the fabric poem. That was just some new-ish that I was sharing. Thank you. Yes. Book studies. And I said, once I get my schedule together, I need to do the book study more often. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Just to keep us up on it, because I want to be able to do. I noticed, like, now that we're reading the references, that it takes us 2 hours to get through the book. So you notice we don't have time to play any games, because the references are real in depth, which is good because we need to tie them in. So I feel like we kind of need a little more time. But maybe I'll switch it up sometimes. Instead of reading, we can just go right into a game. Maybe we could do that. Like Friday nights, we could just have game night. familiarize ourselves with the words and maybe do a few different things game wise, and then maybe Wednesdays and Sundays stick to reading. I've been trying to figure out some stuff, and then I did want to see if I could get a little participation, but that would mean like consistency, because just like just like the moderators, like baby, I will let go of my children if you are not consistent. And I really don't have a page where I really need moderators, so that's not really a major concern. But I wanted to know if I really need some help with the slides. Like Earth was saying that it would be a better visual if we were showing the pages of the book, but there is no way that I can read and flick through all of that at the same time. It's too much. It's too much for me. And then we go through the pages so fast. Like if I had somebody else on the panel that could, you know, flip through the pictures. Yeah, I do. And mod, yeah. And look, and mod, look. But maybe we could try it out or something just to give people more of a visual, so the pictures and all the stuff in there could be seen. I just try to think of ways that we can make it a better book study. And I know, it's good to show the cover because that's good for people that are looking for the book. But I think for people that's in the room, I think it would help them understand and learn a lot more if they had those visuals from the inside of the book. And then it'll help me slow down on my reading too. That way we could go through the pages of the books. Maybe, we'll try it out. But yeah, I appreciate that. And then I was trying to think of another game because I was thinking about a bingo. But then that means that everybody would have to have some kind of cards or something. I want to create another game. I get really I get bored fast. I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this game. Yeah, just something different, make it more productive, more understanding. And I'm a visual person, so I understand having the pages up would make it a lot easier. Divine Honor Spaceborn, how are you? Welcome in, American Indian. Yes, let's put our heads together because I know we could come up with some more games and make it a little more fun to learn. Like I'm really trying to, because I don't know if y'all heard me when I was talking about my daughter saying, I'm really trying to capture some of the younger people. Like this is one reason why I talk about Supernova a lot, because a lot of people, I don't know if everybody knew her age, but um she is like my daughter's age, like, and people that are still in their 20s and young, like that's the next generation, and we need to find a way to capture them to make it fun learning, or just a little more interesting. Already, Jamie, do have some game ideas? That'll be good. We were texting back and forth, so I'll definitely ask her. Ask her if she has any input, because any input would be good. Look, we for all of the input. I remember her saying something about finding. I forgot to ask her that. She was saying something about finding. She might have found the third tree. Remember we were talking about the unidentified trees? Yeah, I need to call Supernova. Every time I see that Atlantean game, I think about her, and she just it was steadfast, and she had that information down packed. Like, and when I found out how old she was and realized that she was that young, I was like, shit, you could tell when somebody is into it. You know what I'm saying? When they about the information and they believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I was talking about meeting people on TikTok, and how hard it is to actually connect with people when you're dealing with internet. And I feel like I knew from the get-go that she was authentic, like just straight up, like wasn't gonna be no BS, no nothing. Yeah. So I have a special place in my heart for people like that, really that age, because that's the next generation coming up. It was my kids' age. So, and she's still doing jury. She still has a jury page. She just feels like she don't get no support, and I understand that. I understand exactly how she feels. Really, when somebody else is doing jury now, I hate to say that, but I I don't want to be ever put in a position where I feel like my people are colonizing me. And the minute that I'm put in that position, I'm not going to deal with you at all. So it's weird to me. Have you ever had a friend or somebody who say they was your friend and they take your whole idea? Yeah. That's wild. It's all outdoors. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't rock with nobody that do that. I don't care how many times I see you. Look, what Earth say, I don't know you. Yep. Because and I just be frank with that, because somebody asked me about the post that I posted, I will never take it down. I will never take it down, because once I see your true colors, I just gotta ride with things the way they are, and that's 100. 100. They say a snake is a snake no matter where they at, and that's not gonna change. Not gonna change. And I hate the fact that it's always, or that not always, because it's not always, but I hate as a woman when there is any kind of catty situations going on, because um I'm out for my people. And me dealing with so much stuff with women throughout my whole life, like I'm actually the one that'll walk up to you and be like, oh, I like your shoes, you know what I'm saying? And because I'm just real like that. But you don't always get that back, and when you don't get it back, it's an automatic red flag. Like, well, damn, what's wrong with you? You don't even know me, real talk. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, now somebody else is doing jury, and I don't care. It don't sit right with me, so I'm not gonna be fake about it at all. You take another man's idea and they blueprint, you a colonizer. I don't care what color you are. And that's just a piece of the story. That's just a piece of the story. Okay, here's a piece I wrote. I wrote this one in September. They poisoned the truth. And then I wrote on her. Oh yeah, I wrote this after the live. Okay, when I say I just wrote it, like it's brand smacking new. I don't even think I read through this one. Let me see. They poisoned the truth, and then got African Asian, and oh goodness, I don't even know if I could say that. Okay, snap, snap, snaps. I need to go back to the TikTok rules. Toxic, rotten to the core. You poison the truth, but no more. Rewrote history out of hate and greed because you were destitute and poor and in desperate need. You creep low, we soar. We creep low. You creep low, we soar. We invent, you explore. We compassionate, you ignore. We create, you spread caca on the floor. You colonize land, we tour. We want minimum or minimal, and you want more. We open spaces, you locked and closed doors. Your water sources are scarce. We playing in water galore. Your eyes are tight because you're not trying to see the truth. Feeding animals to the youth. We on to you. We see how you treat our people when we come that way. But wait, goodness, I can't even see. But when you come to the Americas, you build right on our face. And in our hoods and in our way. Nail shops, cleaners, beauty supplies, and liquor stores. You make it and then take it back and send the dollars. You make it on our back and send them dollars right back. Send them dollars right back home. So I don't condone you or your business. You connected to trafficking. So your business is our business. I'm anxious because I'm ancient. Oh, hold on. That's a whole new poem. Snap, snap, snap. It's over. Look, I said okay, let me try it again. Yep. Because when I say this one's, it's like I just wrote it because I ain't never even read it after I wrote it. I think it'll be really good when I finish it. 222. They poison the truth. Toxic, rotten to the core. You poison the truth, but no more. Rewrote history out of hate and greed because you were destitute, poor, and in desperate need. You creep low, we soar. We invent, you explore. We compassionate, you ignore. We create, you spread caca on the floor. You colonize land, we tour. We want minimum, but you always want more and more. We are open spaces, and you are locked and closed doors. Your water sources are scarce, and we playing in water galore. Your eyes are tight because you're not trying to see the truth. Feeding animals to the youth. We on to you. We see how you treat our people when we come that way. But when you come to the Americas, you build right in our face. And in our hoods and in our way. Nail shops, cleaners, beauty supplies, and liquor stores. You make it on our back and send them dollars right back home. So I don't condone you or your business. Plus you connected to, that traffic. So your business is our business. You poison the truth. Yeah, I'm going to work on that one. Because I actually like that one. And I can tighten it up a little bit and go on and get it down packed. Yeah, I just threw everybody in that one. Tight eyes, the caca, all y'all. All the colonizers. But I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound like I'm being mean. Do it sound like I'm being mean? I just want to tell the truth. And I guess it's a little bit of, cladouche. I'm not a mean person though, so I don't want it to sound like I'm being mean. Straight facts. I guess I don't have to, go low blows, I don't have to talk about some things, but there's some things I do want to talk about. It's kind of like I feel like sometimes when I'm writing poetry, I still get into that musical aspect of it, where it's like bars, and it's like it becomes a low key like competition, or you know what I'm saying, where you gotta I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to explain. Yeah, it definitely hurts. Let's see what else we got in this here book. Man, when I tell you I have so many notebooks, it don't make no sense with writing in it. That's why I was like, if I was I remember when we was talking about this, like, and I was like, okay, I'm bringing out my books wherever I'm going. I want all my papers and all my books. And it's like I couldn't even carry all of this. Like, it's too much. Like, you got to carry what you can remember, and that is weird. Cause I would be leaving a lot of like new stuff behind. Thank you for the heart puffs, love I am. Okay, this poem is called The Voice. And this is a new one I haven't read before too. I don't have a date on this. It's the only thing I don't like when I don't put a date on it. The Voice. This was in an older book. I am the voice for the voiceless, a choice for the choiceless. I speak for the unspoken, no token. I put my pride aside because pride won't get you anywhere you want to be. It's all about the vision that I see, given unto me by the Almighty within me. I am the voice, loud and clear. I'm asking you to listen, not just hear. The vibration in my voice makes it clear. The end is near. Dang. But don't fear if you originated from here. Oh no, this not too old. Don't fear if you originated from here. Look, and it's over. The Voice. Short and sweet. Can't be too old. Cause it's talking about new-ish. Look. The Voice, the Voice, the Voice. Oh, this one's called Destroying Mother Nature. It's pretty short too. Digging and fracking. Oh, I think I kind of rewrote parts of this into another poem. Digging, fracking, and tearing up the land, draining our natural resources to pocket all you can, spreading chemtrails and hiding the details, so your story smells and reeks of lies and deceit, preaching religion and false prophets while you profit on fallacies, rewriting history aligned with policies to keep your secrets tucked deep, decade after decade creating fake realities, destroying Mother Nature. I like that one. I'm gonna have to do a video with that one. I think I've done that one before. That one sounds so familiar. It reminds me of, I think, Rocks Cry Out. I used a piece of that. Crabs in a bucket. I don't even want to talk about them. We want to do just positive poems. See them crabs in that bucket. I think I'm finally getting sleepy. Yay. I wrote one called Block City. Block City, block city. That's funny. Don't come for me unless I send for you. I'll be... Goodness, I can't even get it out. Block City. Block City, block city. I don't know if that's going to be my hook or what. But I like the way that sounds. Don't come for me unless I send for you, or I will be quick to block you, boo. I ain't down with it. I ain't with that ish. If I don't like your comment, I'm blocking it. And I'm blocking you too. Because you trolling and I see you. That's funny. And that's done. You got blocked. Block City. Block City. Some of it is definitely just venting. You know, where you never ever read it. You just venting. Let it out and keep it moving. It's like sometimes you gotta have them block parties. Like, I'm just gonna go on and block you. I'm not even a big blocker, but if I have to, because people be doing the most. Like, don't come on my page telling me what to do. That's the first rule to getting blocked. Because you could just do that over there. Control your own energy in your own page, right? I deserve it all. This one was gonna be a rap. I deserve it all. I don't know. I need to revamp it and do something else because I just don't like the way it's flowing. Or I just need to flow it like a poem and stop. I don't know. Creating these beats in my head with no rhythm. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. No ball till I fall, a spree at the mall. My dreams are too tall. I deserve the deed to the land where the mall stands. I deserve access to the trust and to learn how to access it for all of us. I deserve the crowns and the jewels and all the ancient tools from my ancestors who ruled. Forget the keys to the city while they out here looking pretty. I said no to the ditty because I deserve it all. The dope energy, the sun, and the star synergy. I deserve to hold every aspect and vitality of my power. And I'm not asking for it back. I'm demanding it in this hour. I deserve it all. Cause I can't read that rest. Look, I can't read the rest. I deserve it all. The happiness, the joy, the love, and all my endeavors. I will never fumble thee because I deserve it all for me. I deserve the glow up because I always show up. No need to blow up. I put the work in. And when I tap out, mother tap in. And me and son, we like the 20 twin twins. Yeah, I was having fun with this one. That's why I'm always going winnie win win. Yeah, I was probably super. I had that marmalade blowing. I deserve it all. Yeah, that's another one I need to vamp and finish. Snap, snap, snaps. I deserve it all. I ain't got no date on that one either. That's why you need to write dates on everything you write. But I know that was this year sometimes. It was earlier this year. I want to say like May. I'm feeling May. Oh no, so May was Mother's Day. I want to say it was April. It was a month before Mother's Day. Because I remember, so I watched God Self, who is another TikTok creator, and he writes music, and he writes some fire bars, like, and it's all high frequency, right? But he's also a counselor, so I think it's like a good combination because he's like, as a life coach. When you're doing that kind of work, you need to be relatable, right? And I feel like he's so relatable because, he's not the average type of life coach, right? But he had wrote something. And when I say, how people inspire you to write, and so I remember the time period because I know it's like the beginning of the year. So I know it's around that time when I wrote this summer. Go ahead and put some kind of date on it, so when I look back, I'll remember that. So that's somebody good to follow. He don't really go live a lot, but when he do, it's always gems. He always has a panel and has people come up if they want to, but I just like to sit, in the chats and listen. I'm a very observant person. I feel like you can find out a lot about people, and you can learn a lot just by turning everything off and listening, tuning in, with all your senses. Okay, I need some juice or something. I forgot I had some Sprite. Been slowing down on my soda intake, so I don't even put it in the refrigerator like I used to. I'll throw it in the refrigerator. Every so often, so they don't even be cold. But I think it is time to. I have recorded music, yes. It's crazy because one time I was on a live. It was me, OG, and it was a few other people. And I went to my car to play a CD that I had recorded, and I don't know what I done because I haven't been able to get that CD out since. Oh, you know what? My CD player on my car, like you have to push to inject it, which is kind of weird because I'm not used to that. So I think I went out there and stuck the CD in, and yeah, it got stuck because I didn't push the button for it to prepare to receive the CD. Yeah, but I used to work at a studio. There's a producer in Dallas named Faz. He's a big producer. I worked at his studio for a while, for a little while, helping out here and there, and I got to record. I recorded a few times, but the thing is, the problem that I had is that everybody wanted to try to put music behind it, and it was like I really, honestly didn't meet one person that listened to what I wanted. Everybody was like, "Well, this is the route," and I understand if you're an expert, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not willing to hear the artist out, then you're doing a disservice to me because the music drowns out my message. And as a poet, like if I'm going to do music, it would be an instrumental and it would not be at the level that it is when you're talking about music. Like the volume would have to be low enough to where you could still hear the poetry, so it wouldn't flood me out, and I couldn't like get anyone to listen. Like that was the hardest part with me dealing with producers. So I just decided I didn't want to do it because I'm not going to compromise my message, and then people always want to try to dress you. They want to try, yeah, like, oh well, you need to have this. First of all, no. Like, if my message ain't sexy, if my message ain't, why would I want to appear that way? Like, and I wear a lot of hats, right? So people will try to get me to bleed into like. So I have these pictures from my modeling career. I'm not going to use them for poetry. It's two different lanes. And I don't like that. I don't want to cross promote like that because I feel like I'm not trying to sell myself as a poet. And people always tell me, well, you're the brand. I know I'm the brand, but the poems should sell themselves. And when you're like, it's so weird. When you're like, men have a different outlook on things. And I won't just say it's men. I understand how the industry is. And that's why I'm not in it. Because I won't compromise. I wear lingerie, but it won't be on your album cover. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might do this or do that, but there's a time and place for everything, and I'm not willing to compromise my character because you say it looks good or because you think it's gonna sell. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the money for me. So, yeah, I did that. I lived that life. I enjoyed it. I have the body to do it. So yeah, I took the job. Yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud that I did it. But no, I won't use those pictures to try to sell this over here because that just it's not. I don't know. I always separated them. So for me, I just didn't want them to bleed into each other. And I felt like I always would get that. Just recently, I started doing an open mic at a spot up the street, and I have a guy that stepped in to help me promote, and he's a friend of a friend, so he didn't know, you know what I'm saying, exactly what I like, but he didn't ask either. So it's kind of hard when you're dealing with stuff like that. So he went into my Facebook and pulled a picture off my Facebook and made the flyer, and I didn't like it. And I told him I didn't like it. First of all, I'm in a bathing suit. Like that's beach attire. And second of all, I don't even know how to say it to a man because it's like he does not understand. So it's just like, no, that's not going to work. And of course, you might not like my flyer because you might not think it looks professional, but can you at least pull the pictures from my flyer to make the flyer that you're going to make so it's still in the same range of what I'm looking for as the artist? And you have people that'll take stuff and run with it, and it's like they'll run with it because they think that it's going to work or it's going to sell. But if it's not what I want, then I'm not going to push it, and I'm not going to be happy with it. So that's been my problem with the industry, and I decided I don't want no parts in it. Or else I would have been in New York or Hollywood. Like, I had two options. I could have moved to New York to do high fashion because of my height and my weight. But then when I looked at New York, like, what I saw was bones. Like, I'm skinny, yeah, but what I saw was ribs, and I'm not gonna not eat to model somebody's clothes. And I learned a lot about a lot of the designers and stuff right here in Dallas, and I decided I didn't want to move because a lot of them were pure. Oh my gosh, like, why would I ever want to work with you? I don't care how much money you make, you're not gonna treat me like that. And you're not gonna touch me either, because I'm gonna be on the news. Like, what the hell do you think this is? I came to work and work only, and ain't no extra coming with it. Ain't no nothing. Ain't no going to your after party. No none of that. And it's so sad because there's so many women that's willing to, and it's like, well, you got 50 in line that's willing to. I'm going home. I probably done like 2 music videos. One of them made it big time. And when I tell you, they'll have like a secret location, they'll have all of this stuff, and it'll still be people that'll leak the address. Girls showed up, they was damn near naked. Like, so what was the point in them having a modeling agency come and bring models for you to and it is what it is. But the crazy thing is this particular song, it's weird how things happen, but it was a Big Tuck video, and the girls I don't, yeah, it's a mess. The industry is a mess, yeah. And I was like, I will sell books out of my trunk and CDs. At one time, I did have, some little CDs or whatever, but it just didn't. I always wanted something that other people didn't have. And a lot of what are you doing up? Come here. A lot of the poets is that water running? A lot of the poets that I knew had chapbooks, and they would do CDs. And so I wanted something. Good night. Grand night. She be sleepwalking. And she only 2. I promise she be sleepwalking. I told my daughter. Because her eyes don't even be open. Dang, what was I saying? I done lost my whole frame of thought. My grandbaby done walked in here and I done forgot. What was I saying? Help me out. Help me out. There's 6 people in the room. Poetry, yeah, the industry is just, it's dirty. And it's crazy. It's before all of this stuff even came out, like the R. Kellys and the Diddy's and stuff now. Like, I realized a long time ago that it was not for me. And I mean, I would have friends and stuff, and you just see how people change right before your eyes, and it's like, dang, money would do stuff to people that you wouldn't even realize. Like, really? And people will leave you high and dry, like, oh my gosh. Over something that ain't even, you know what I'm saying, written in stone. It's crazy. So you learn the hard way. But yeah, I done a few events for Dallas Market. Oh yeah, Big Tuck. I done a few fashion shows for Dallas Market, and I remember one time, and I think I was 29, and I was doing prom dresses for high school. And we went to lunch, and I went and got me a taco salad and came back. And when I say them girls had lettuce in a bag, one girl, like, they will suck on cotton balls. When I tell you it is so unhealthy. Anything not to gain weight. And it's sad. It is sad. And they looking at me like, are you finna eat all of that? I sure am. And I'll run the block before I'm finna sit here and eat some lettuce without no dressing or no tomatoes or no cheese. Like, what are we doing? No, 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 no. And then we had a designer, and when I tell you the designer, he was probably about 4'7", 4 feet 7 inches. His stomach looked like he was about 12 months pregnant. And he was cussing us out from left to right because nobody could fit in the dress. First of all, if you have 12 models here and nobody can fit in the dress, something wrong with the dress. And you got one more time to cuss at me, little man. So I knew then, because this how they talk to people. Like, why would I show up tomorrow? I don't care how much you paying. You're not finna treat me like that. My mama taught me that I was worth more than that. And yeah, I didn't seen that, and I know that's psychotic and chaotic. And I ain't signing up for it. So it's definitely a dirty, dirty business. I remember going to Vegas with an agency, and when I got there and met all the girls, they dropped me. When I say dropped me, I met them at the airport, and they dropped me for some odd reason. All the girls look like men. I hate to say that. I don't know what was going on, but I ended up getting dropped from the company, and so I was in Vegas for 4 days, and I was supposed to have room, like all of this stuff. Like, this is how dirty the industry is, or how dirty some people can be. Because I don't know. I couldn't even tell you why people would do the stuff that they would do. But you learn the hard way, and you learn fast that a lot of the girls don't have. It's like trying to find friends is real funny. Yeah, they did. And they looking at me up and down, and I'm like, yeah, are we doing the show or not? And I really like runway. I like the industry because I'm a country girl, like I'm a natural girl. So it's kind of like playing dress up. Where you go in and somebody just, they do your makeup, they do your hair, they do your nails, and they dress you. So you get to see this transformation, and then you get paid for it. Like, it's fun, and you get paid for it. And the hair shows, it's like, one time they done some kind of balayage, which I never heard of, but he was talking about how much he charges for that in his shop, and I was like, $1,600. Oh, baby, I don't pay $600 to get my hair done. Like, but just the experiences and meeting the people. Doing the hair shows is just as fun because it's the same industry. Me being a nail technician, I get to meet a lot of good people, a lot of really lovely people. And it's fun. It's fun. So, and it pay good. So, and it's crazy because the hair shows are nothing like fashion shows. Like, they're not as anal, even though it's a lot of work. For if you think about all the practice that you do for this quick show that's over in, you know what I'm saying, in a quick minute, it's crazy. But the hair shows are a lot more laid back and kind of like a fun atmosphere. The fashion shows are really uptight, and like, they come with a lot of rules, and they want you to step a certain way, they want you to start with a certain foot, like all of that. But there's still some fun aspects to it. So I feel like I've dabbled into a lot because I just wanted to try different stuff. I wanted to see what I was good at. Some of the stuff I'd never go back to, but some of it I really liked, and it was like, okay, I think I might be a little good at that. I was always photogenic. Well, as an adult, um, because when I was a kid, baby, I'm like, tear these up and burn these, and after you burn them, tear them again and burn them again. Me and my brother used to say we was blue black because we used to swim all the time. Like we swam every day. So the summertime, like we didn't even recognize ourselves. We were never our right color until until the winter hit, and they say you get your complexion back or whatever. I was skinny. I was just awkward. I don't know. And I feel like I'm still awkward, but I guess I finally grew into myself. But yeah, I was skin and bones and blue black. And I loved every bit of it. Look, you couldn't keep me at the pool. But I thank y'all for listening to me rant and talk about my life. I think I can go to sleep now. Look, I'm off tomorrow. Me and my daughter said we're gonna go to the park and skate. Just enjoy some us time. Enjoy some nature. And skating is good exercise, even though it just look like fun. It's really good exercise too. So I don't have to get up early. But I definitely want to try this open mic thing. So I want to I guess I'm gonna start trying to post and see if I can get some people to sign up or something. Look, that's what we do in the when we go to the do the open mic events. Like start a list and have people sign up. So then I tell them, okay, be here this night or whatever, and then we'll just have an open mic, and people can come up and share and spit their ish. Well, no, I can't do it. Subscribers only, because we wouldn't have nobody in the room. I won't say nobody. It would just be us. Which I'm fine with that if y'all gonna if y'all gonna hit the mic. But yeah, I think it would be good to just keep it open. I'm cool with that. Look, I'm an open book. I've been an open book majority of my life. I decided I was gonna document my life a long time ago, so that's why I do a lot of videos. I got a whole YouTube full of cooking videos and hair videos and workout videos, the whole nine. And everything that I try and everywhere I visit, everything that I eat. I feel like it's important. Come on, love, I am. Hit that mic. You got some jokes? Y'all know what? I feel so silly. Y'all know when I was saying that earlier, saying Ali or Al, why is that? That's AI, y'all. And that's AI talking to me. Y'all probably can't even see it. I thought it was somebody texting in the chat. It say, so I guess it's AI giving me pointers. What? I feel so silly. Who said I needed pointers? Oh, your baby's sick. Yeah, I've been awkward all my life, so I'm just used to it, can't dance. Like, I don't fit into none of the stereotypes. But you know what? Who likes stereotypes anyway? That's why people need to leave them stereotypes behind. Like, I can swim, I can't dance. Don't get it twisted. I'm not from the hood. I am from the country. There is a difference. But I don't like stereotypes because they try to put, tags on people, and it's like, okay, just because you are this don't mean you that. You was wondering about what? I didn't spoke on 67 topics now in 2 minutes. No, I'm playing. Oh, that okay, yeah. I am talking to myself, damn near. Cause I know somebody named Ali, and that's who I thought it was at first. But then when I looked at it, I was like, it don't even have no I on the end. Yeah. So I guess AI is in the chat trying to help me out, but it's not in the chat. It's just like popping up. It's showing suggestions, but it's only to me. Only to me. It's crazy because I've had some ride or die photographers too, and it's weird how you go through stuff and you question like, why did I experience that? Um I have dealt with 3 photographers in this whole time span of me dealing with this industry. 3 photographers, and I say, so the first photographer was Kevin Dukes, and he was the beginning of my career, whatever my career began, was or whatever. But he started me out like pictures, um, like even tapping into different agencies, all of that. I learned a lot from him, and then he passed, transitioned, I'll say, in his sleep one day. And I want to say we had been working together for more than 5 years. So, dang, yep. I'm glad I realized that and pointed it out. So I wouldn't just be looking crazy. Yeah. So he passed, and then I ended up meeting, and then Kevin, was indigenous, right? I ended up meeting this other photographer named Joseph. And he's not indigenous, but he's very, very, very cool photographer. And I've been working with him for maybe 8 years now. And then I met this other photographer named Kat, or they called him Sinclair. And same thing, like years working with him. And he up and passed. Kat transitioned. I want to say the year after COVID. And it's just crazy how I don't know. It was something that I was going through in my mind, just wondering, because Joseph, the third photographer, he ended up, he's actually the one that took the last pictures of me holding the last picture that I posted of me holding that. He put that smoke in my hands. He's taken a lot of the nature pictures. He's really big on nature, so he does a lot of those shots for me. And he ended up getting cancer in his eye. Do you know that man has one eye, and he is taking better pictures now than he was before. Like, I'm looking at this last photo shoot I done compared to pictures that I took, when we first started working together. Um, and so, yeah, I want to say 93 because I remember the book I published, and I used the picture on the cover because I was in the park when I met him, and we done a photo shoot in the park. But yeah, just the crazy things that happen to people. The one thing that you would think he needs the most, right? Trying to take pictures, but loses it. And I feel like he has triple the sight in the eye that he still has. Because when I say he is still a determined photographer, and the pictures are, wow, it's crazy how the body works and how the world works, when it comes to all these different entities coming in and out of our lives. I feel like we are like seasonal beings. Like, do you notice all the people that you've gotten to know, excuse me, all the people you've gotten to know, but, wasn't in your life for a long period of time, but they were in your life for enough time to make an impact? It's so crazy. Like, I think like that, like deep. um, but I know so many people that have transitioned. Like, a lot of my mom's family was really old when I was young. I had two of my great aunts, like my grandmother's sisters, that lived to over 100, and a lot of her family was really old when I was little. So a lot of them transitioned before we were even adults. So I feel like I have all these people around me that are protecting me and constantly watching over me and guiding me. It's crazy. It's crazy how we think about it. When we actually think about how many people we know is no longer here, but that were good people, that are around you, pushing you forward to do great things. Thank you, Melvin, for joining the live. Yes, yes, good souls. Good, good, good souls. I talked to some of my clients who are in their 90s. Like, it's such a disconnect when you talk to older people, really, when like if they don't have a lot of family and stuff anymore, and everybody they've dealt with in the past is no longer here. It's a total disconnect. Like, the technology is constantly changing, so they just feel like in an awkward place. And it's like they hold most of the history here. They hold all this knowledge and stuff, and they're the ones who feel out of place. Ain't that kind of weird and backwards? I love it too. Man, there's so much history and so many amazing stories there. Like, I had a client today. I actually had two clients today. One of them, I don't know how old she is. Um, but it's her and her sister, and they're really nice. I think they're both in their 80s. And then I had another client. I had a lot of her albums that she wanted me to label, and I told her I would bring them to her today. And she was like, "Well, I got a friend in town. Can you have time to do us some pedicures?" So I end up scheduling her a last minute little spa party for her and her company she has in town. And when I go over there, I already know that I'm finna sit for a minute because she finna come with it. And when I tell you, I came home and she's sending me all kind of pictures. She trying to sell all this antique stuff. I said, "Miss Houston, why are you selling a 100-year-old typewriter?" Some of my kids already said they don't want none of this stuff, and I might as well get the money for it now. Instead of going to Goodwill when I'm no longer here. I'm like, oh my goodness, the stories I hear. And the fact that you got 100-year-old typewriter, and I was like, how much you want for that? Look, because you don't need to be selling it to nobody, but my mama like real antique stuff, so I already sent it to my mama. Like, I'm gonna help you out. But when I sit with them, I hear amazing stories, some amazing stories, and then they'll get into years and stuff, and it's like they talking about stuff before you was even born, you wasn't even thought of, and they was adults. It's so crazy. It's 111. 111, 111. I think that's a good time to wrap it up and say peace, love, and light. Y'all have a good night at 111 so I can lay it down. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening. I'm still congested, but at least I'll be able to sleep for a little bit. I'm so used to sleeping for like hours and hours and hours. But it's crazy because I could sleep for like 12 hours and then I still wake up yawning. Like, what is going on? Yeah, I don't understand young people who don't listen to the old. And you know what's crazy is my mom used to always talk about the therapy for older people is children. So the best thing to have around elders are little kids, like um and bridging that gap, between the young and the old. That way the old don't feel left out, and the kids get that insight, because I know I'm so much well rounded by having my elders around me when I was little. Like, when you hear people that missed out on that, like, it's just something that you can't get later. So it's something that's definitely appreciated. I wonder what the temperature is now. It's still like I feel like it's still 80 something. Oh no, I say 64. But yeah, peace, love, and light. Y'all have a good one. We're doing a book study tomorrow, so I will see y'all tomorrow on the book study. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. Nope. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what time is that for you? Universal Star Seed. I know it's early. I think it's a.m. But I thank y'all for joining. Divine honors to the people. Divine honors to the sun. Divine honors to the ancestors. Peace, love, and light. A.m. Okay. Peace. Thank y'all for joining. See y'all tomorrow or today. Divine honors to the Atlanteans.